Welcome back, folks, to our Fill Your Cuppa Support Together podcast. This is season 3, episode 9.
Woohoo!
And we have a very special guest in the room today.
Thank you very much.
Myself.
Me?
Una, Ciara. Mrs. O. Got my own name there.
No, we
I am your
have.
host, I am your host, Mrs. O.
You are indeed.
On my right, I've got wee Una Mary Leonard.
Hello.
And on my left, we've got a very, very, very special guest on her first ever podcast. Wee Carley Jolene.
Jolene.
We are fantastic singers. So, Carley, you may have heard me mention in the last podcast, is our new member of staff. You're very welcome, Carley. How are you?
Thank you. I'm very good. Thank you.
Carley is employed now by Support Together. Started her new role on the 2nd of February. Is that right?
Yeah.
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 How are you getting on?
Loving it.
Loving
Yeah, loving it.
So, Carley, you want to tell us a bit about yourself? You're a mum of
3. Yes, so I have 3 children.
Mm-hmm.
Not so young now. My oldest is coming 20. And then I have a 15-year-old and an 11-year-old.
Oh, still babies.
So, yeah.
They're always going to be your
quite a mix
babies,
of
aren't
ages.
they?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So, how did you get to know Support Together, or what? Because you know, with the accent that she's not a local.
No.
She's not, but I think she's been here a wee while. So, tell us a wee bit about yourself and how you got in, and how you found Support Together.
So I met my husband in Spain, and we sort of toed and froed for a while, and I ended up moving over here because I just loved it over here. And I fell pregnant very quickly with my eldest, which was a bit of a shock. And I fell into postnatal depression with him. And years later, I was sort of looking through job adverts, and I came across Support Together.
That was our first lottery funding.
Yes, your first lottery funding. And I read it and I thought, you know what? I could do that job because I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the experience. So I applied, but at the time I wasn't successful. But the committee had sort of said to Una, you know, she seems good and she might be willing to volunteer and stuff.
Potential, yes.
Yeah.
Your if I remember it right, your wee CV was put to the side, and it was it Jill that said
Jill and Ryan.
I contact
both.
her.
So Jill would have been helping us go through the applications.
Yeah.
And then Ryan was the chairman, and they both had said, "That's Una, go and have a look at that application."
Yeah.
Yes, she didn't meet the full criteria because the criteria was quite tight. We know that. But your application wasn't ignored.
No.
And they seen potential.
Yep.
Yes.
So I know it took me a while to contact you because we were launching the new project. And I didn't know my head from my toe at that time. Trying to get ourselves established, and then we give you a wee. I don't know if I rang you, emailed you, because that's all we had. Maybe your email. I can't remember. How did we?
Yeah, you emailed me and said, "Could you come in? We were quite interested in your application and have a wee chat." So I did. Came in and saw you, and we chatted, and I sort of was quite happy to volunteer and be a member of the committee because, again, it was something that I was passionate about, something that I'd experienced. So that's where we've been, and I've been.
Now look at you.
I know.
Yep.
Employed.
And I suppose shows you even from a volunteer's point of view. Like, you were a volunteer with Support Together. Gemma was. And I did too. Like, even though I was a co-founder, I volunteered for years.
Yeah.
And it's all done with pure passion and love for, I suppose, for the women, the mothers, and wanting. Sometimes I was fueled by agitation and fury that nobody's talking about this topic and people are falling ill. So it shows you when you volunteer. And the thing that struck us about you, Carley, was you didn't sit back. You were like, I want to do this, and you wanted to be seen, and you showed your skills. And stuff. And then when we got this pot of money, that
the fundraising that we did with my banter, we knew that we we've needed another member of the team for a long time, but we never had the money. We could never afford it. The money wasn't there in the lottery. So we knew that was something that we needed to do in order to be able to help more mummies, relieve the pressure off Gemma, and do as best we can in our community. So the Mummy Banter and the Fill Your Cuppa live podcast that only happened 3 months ago was what brought the money in. It was people's money. People bought tickets. They came and supported us that night. And you're here. But then that was the 9th of November, and on the 2nd of February, you walked in through our doors as an employee.
Yeah.
And that's how quick it can happen. You know, when there's a plan put in place. We knew we wanted the event to bring us money in for a worker. We made sure people were aware of that. And even on the night, like we said, everybody's sitting there who contributed and buying a ticket.
Yes.
Your money is going towards us being able to employ. And we were able to do that because with sponsors.
Yeah.
The sponsors were invaluable, and Serena didn't take a penny off us. So that meant that every ticket was profit.
Yeah, every ticket, and then every raffle ticket, and any donation that we had on the night.
From the small business, but they exactly, Ciara, you know, like what we made out of the Lucky Dip, even.
Yes, the raffle made almost £2,000, and that was donations by our mummies, but also by businesses in the town.
Yeah,
and that's the people of our community. But then that's the community that we're working in. That's the community that we're helping.
Yes,
so every single penny went back in. Thank God, our sponsors was able to cover the overheads to run the event.
Yeah,
because
that costs.
Oh, it did. It cost
to run an event. Yeah, it costs money. You know, lights. All
and it was
that.
a successful night. Everybody seemed to enjoy themselves.
Yeah,
we got our message out there. We got a giggle with Serena.
We definitely did. Yeah.
And we were able to, I suppose, highlight our podcast and highlight Fill Your Cuppa. It's a resource that we use for Support Together.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, we have a new member of staff.
Yep.
And she's slotting in as if she's always been here.
Oh, and that is the beautiful thing about it. And that is your lived experience, which is your superpower. And also, I think it's lovely, and you'll know what I mean here when I say it, Ciara, that the charity didn't hold you.
Yes.
Yes.
Because you're coming in also with a whole fresh point of view. You know, I call it the helicopter approach. You're able to come in and see things from a fresh eyes.
Yeah.
So then you're able to say, oh, here on reflection, girls, what's this about? Or and we've told you to curiously question us.
Love it.
I know sometimes we may go like, come on now, Carley, now, come on. No, we won't actually, but you know, but it is. It's important.
It's a fresh set of eyes. It's fresh blood.
Yes. Otherwise, we become stale.
Yeah, and it's something different, and it's what Support Together needed, and we couldn't have asked for it to go any better.
And we are a grassroots charity, and we can't forget that. You know, we want to start being sustainable. That we're bringing in money. You know, that is our money. That then we are able to employ people. We are able to do what the charity. You're the first person the charity has employed.
Yeah.
Yes, we got money from the lottery, but that was lottery funding. This money was money went straight into Support Together's pot. That they big enough money. Like we've got people to come in and deliver services and stuff to us, but not to employ.
We've had facilitators that would have come in and did bits and pieces. Yeah. But in terms of a steady member of staff that we know that we can rely on is going to be there week in, week out for the next year with the aim to be extending it, because I don't plan on letting you go after a year. We will be doing what we can to keep it going.
I don't plan on going.
No, that's good. That's good. So it's amazing, and it just shows too the growth of Support Together.
It does, but also it shows when a community comes together what they can do. You know, we are saving lives. The charity is saving lives, and we can't continue to do that if we do not have the bodies in it. And we specialise in what we do, and we need to invest in training. We need to invest in people in order for us to keep continuing to do to be here in the future. So people invest, and even in our Enthuse platform, like with Mummy's going to be doing runs for us. There's people going to be doing fundraising for us down the future. Remember, your penny, your pound goes far with us, and it stays local. I can't emphasise that enough. You know, Carley as we living in Carrickmore now, and she's a rural you live in the rural area
I do.
and you come from a rural point of view of what it's like to mother.
Yes.
You're not sitting in a city,
No.
or a big town,
Yeah.
and your expertise, your journey will be invaluable to
Yeah.
the foundation of Support Together, because we can't stay still.
We can't.
We
stay
have
still.
to evolve.
And we can't. We couldn't. We
Yeah.
could only go so far with 3 people because
Yeah.
the demand is out there.
Yeah.
And there's only so much that Gemma as family support can do as one person, and like we can all do family support.
We all chip in it, but we have to remember we've our individual roles also through the lottery funding. We're funded by a funder, and we have X, Y, and Z outcomes that we have to cover.
Yeah.
So it's lovely. This has naturally come through to us, and it's worked out so well.
Yeah.
And like it means then like your role under, you're in under the Support and Courage Bloom, you're still under that ethos of what we're wanting to do. We want to move mummy from support into Bloom, the big hug framework. We are the hug, the services is a hug, it's that mummy feeling that she's been held.
Yeah.
But eventually we want her to be the hug to self.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a part of that, so what it will be is that Gemma will be we have our holding bay, the mummies that maybe preventing them from going into crisis or maybe early intervention work. Gemma will be doing more work with them.
Intense one-to-ones.
Yeah. We don't work with severe. We're not trained to do so. There's other organisations and the trust that is able to do that. But you're then going to be working with the mummies in our other part of our holding bay, which is the green, and that's the mums that have received that one-to-ones and who's ready to flourish, who is blossoming, who knows what their illness is, that does not define them, and that they want to continue on their well-being journey.
Yeah.
Journey of discovery, and I'm sure that excites you.
Absolutely. Yeah, it really does.
And from a point of view that you said Patrick's 20.
Yeah, 20 coming.
Yeah, there was no Support Together then.
No, there was absolutely nothing. And like you say, sort of living in the rural setting as well.
Yeah. And being new to the area.
So isolating. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the transport is poor. I couldn't drive.
Non-existent.
Yeah, and it was only the fact that I sort of had a health visitor who picked up on it. God knows where I would have gone with it, to be honest, because it was really bad.
So you even feeling that postnatal depression and anxiety way back 20 years ago, when you was that the first time you had heard of Support Together through the advertisement?
Yes.
Right. So and you were community
champion.
Yep.
And Asda.
A community champion. Sorry. With Asda.
Yeah.
So you hadn't heard about us even through your own role.
No.
So it was basically through us putting advertisement in the paper, was it?
Yes, but then I wasn't the community champion at the time that I applied
Oh,
for the
right,
job,
okay.
So I worked in Asda, but that was community.
Okay.
Was something that I went into.
Oh, brilliant.
After that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then, no, but that's what I suppose that the point I'm trying to get across and around the garden and up through the orchards.
The valleys.
And the valleys.
The green fields.
Is that the fact is there's a lot of women out there who are now grannies. There's a lot of women out there who their children are now 20, like yourself, Carley, that are sitting and knowing that they had postnatal depression. You've never forgot.
No.
Because that illness was bloody real. That illness, who's behind you, who we introduced you to last week.
Yeah.
As you already were aware of her, but we really went into the nitty gritty about her. The bitch, as we call her. The scars was still there with you.
Yes. Yeah.
So when you heard about a job, you thought, so that was your passion, your lived experience. Yeah. And probably I want to be able to help here.
I think it's really interesting that she didn't see it and think, oh, no, I can't go near that.
I'm going to run from it.
Aye.
No, why would you be bothered with that?
Yeah.
No, I didn't get any help. You seen the potential.
Oh, no, it was the opposite.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my goodness.
You're drawn to
there's
it.
actually somebody that could help these women that experience these awful, awful feelings. And it pulled me towards it. It certainly didn't send me the other direction.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, and I suppose that's the message even to let people know, volunteering can lead you to a career in what you are passionate about.
Yeah.
the passion's there, and I don't know. Maybe it's different for other people, but like, and I've said it before, and I know one who doesn't like it, but I don't feel like I've done a day's work from it coming to Sport Together.
We see, the reason I say that, folks, is I have to make sure people know she does work, because you have people thinking, a lot of people think all we do is drink tea, you know. We do drink tea, and we have a lot of toilet breaks because we drink a lot of tea, but we work hard. And what you're saying is you enjoy.
Yes, I enjoy my work,
job,
and I have,
because there's a meaning behind it,
and I feel like there's a worth in my work.
Well, when we look at you, we don't see profit; we see people.
Yes, that's what
I think there's a difference, as you've come from different.
Yes, where I've come from before, and yes, we still have
yourself, even Carley.
We still have our targets and our outcomes that we have to meet.
Yeah,
but the mummy is the sole focus, and everything revolves around the mummy. And yes, there's children and there's family involved, but I was once one of them mummies, so it's get it right for them.
Yeah,
and that'll always be the sole focus for Sport Together is the mummy. There's many other there's other people involved, but we need to get it for the mummy because we were the mummy.
Yeah.
So that's what I suppose, and then we are lucky that we've been given a bit of money also for
through the years.
It's called Through the Years, and that will be because the lottery is covering a specific category, which it has to. And that's what we're employed under. We're aware there's much, much more we want to do and could do, but everything has to have money behind it, you know.
There's so much more we could do.
So much more, and we're getting that bit of money. It's a seeding, we call it a seeding project, so we're able to see how does it work, and maybe then like a pilot, that's what you call a pilot, and maybe build upon that and look to raise money to bring in more. So it's something maybe down the line that yourself and me will be involved in. And Through the Years is a mummy who's sitting, and her child is 20, her child is 50. It doesn't matter what age your child is. And often the awareness we're creating in the community, and this is what we see. We've had people come to our door when you're doing articles, and it's more mature women who are grannies now, their children have flown the nest, and they go, I have postnatal depression, and I couldn't talk about it then. And that's an unmet need. That's a wound that is still septic. Because nobody has really sat and addressed that. We know there's an important piece of work to be done there.
Oh, definitely. And it's, we know that, whereas our focus, we have in the lottery project, it's early intervention, mild to moderate, and we have our criteria. We know there's a gap there's so many gaps, but there's a gap there for the older mummies, or for mummies whose children are out of our criteria. Should the child be 3, 4?
Out of the Support and Courage Bloom criteria,
So it's still being able to hold them mummies.
Oh, because they're important too.
And 20 years later, the hurt doesn't go away.
No.
It needs to be held, it needs to be nurtured, and it needs to be understood.
This is Fill Your Cuppa, the Support Together podcast. And we couldn't bring the podcast to you today without the support of Supreme Motors. Whether you're looking for something affordable or a top-tier option, Supreme have the perfect car for you, along with a commitment to exceptional care at all times. Visit suprememotors.co.uk.
So I think that's really exciting part for Support Together coming up.
It is, but we have to get this new project launched first before we invest and start that otherwise things become diluted. We don't want a diluted service.
No.
We try our best that's not what we do. But you're 15 hours a week.
Yes.
You're 3 days a week, 2 days to 2:15 and 1 day to 4. Which is exciting.
It's a whole new start for you too, because it's different work environment, different place, different people that you're working with. You're still with the public because you'd have been with the public in Asda. So it's a whole different approach for you to come into, and
it is, and I'm sure like at first day we creators struggled with our keys. We have a wee key lock, and there's me assuming. You never assume because it makes an ass out of me and
you and me,
or whatever. Yes, Ciara, good woman. And you were struggling with the wee key thing. We know when Carley's coming through the door because it takes her that wee bit longer to get the key. But the day you'll swing in there, boy, and I'll think it's Ciara because you're there before I know it. But there is. How are you feeling about it? Now I know you're and this is new to Carley, it's new to bloody us.
She's
you could be, you don't know where that's probably a wonderful thing about our job. Sometimes it's not going to be
Yes.
You're not going to get bored.
No, it's
And you've
different thing
probably
every
noticed
day.
that already.
Yeah.
And we mentioned you're coming in to do the podcast. I think it's good that you're doing it sooner than later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how are you feeling about this new chapter? This is a new chapter for you and your family.
Yes, and honestly, I'm just so excited. I'm so keen. I think you sort of know from last week. I want to
Mhm.
write everything down. I want to
Mhm.
learn so much. I can't sort of wait to get in and start.
stuck in.
Mhm.
And start sort of feeling like I'm actually doing something that's worthwhile.
But you are.
You are, as it
Because
is.
all
Yeah.
the training, you're shadowing at the moment, and you're sitting in with Gemma delivering her connecting sessions with the mums. Then we're training you with the toolkits and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's all invaluable
Mhm.
stuff, and I love that you're keen and you're eager
yeah,
because that's yet again the superpower.
Yeah.
yeah.
Passion.
It's the passion
Yeah.
and the lived experience. You know what it's like to be
Mhm.
that mummy that had nothing
Yeah.
at one
Yes,
point.
yeah,
And where do you go with these big feelings?
yeah,
And all you do sometimes is internalize them.
yeah.
You get bigger.
Yeah,
You
they get
do,
bigger and bigger.
do.
So your family and you are embracing this new chapter.
Yes, I mean, when I started my new job, my children bought me a card and they were like, "Good luck, Mum.
Oh, and
We
your
know
wee
you'll
plant for
be
your desk. Yeah.
amazing." And I think they understand as well that my personality is to sort of help people and listen and
Yeah.
so they're so delighted that I've got a role that I've probably yapped at them for about the last 2 years about. I'm like, I'm going to work for this charity. I'm going to work for this charity.
She put that out to the universe.
Yeah.
She definitely.
I did.
Without a shadow of a doubt, you did.
Yeah. So to sort of finally get offered that job, I mean, they're as delighted for me as I am for
Aw.
myself, if you know what I mean. But
Brilliant.
it's just, I mean, a bit like Ciara says, I don't feel like I'm getting up in the morning going, oh, I've got work to do. I come in
Yeah.
and I love it.
Yeah.
I love my days.
Yeah.
And yous obviously are so welcoming, and it's been amazing.
Brilliant.
Jimmy don't.
Oh, she are. There's no doubt about it. And even there's something that you have a keenness, but like I was sharing in the last podcast that I want to learn.
Yeah,
And I see that in you. You have a keenness to learn, and you're writing stuff down. You're
Mhm.
reflecting on stuff. You're picking up on the lingo, and I think that's because you've been a part of the charity before you actually
yeah,
you were volunteering with us.
yeah.
You were saying that you're keen maybe to go on and do your counselling. You've had your certificate.
Yes, yeah. I done my certificate quite a few years ago actually,
Yeah.
and then circumstances in between with my children,
Yeah.
and other things.
Mhm.
And I didn't go on and do my counselling, but again, I think it's something that I could bring to the table
Mhm.
in my sort of skills with the charity,
Yeah.
Mhm.
being with people. So I'm gonna reapply and
You go,
see
girl.
what happens.
And again, there again, that's so important. If we stay still, it's okay to pause a while. But
Yeah,
if we stay still,
But she sees her worth.
Becomes
you
She's
see
worthy
your
of-
worth.
Yeah. of-
Oh my God, I seen your worth in that email. You sold
Oh,
yourself.
yeah.
And I don't mean you sold yourself to the devil. I mean, and you didn't say, you were able to go, I am worthy.
Yeah.
And this is why
yes,
you need me in this charity.
yeah,
And we are so glad to have you, but we would not have you. We would not have somebody doing what you're doing and somebody who's going to help more mummies and help
Yeah.
us unless we had the
The-
support
yeah,
from
lovely.
local people,
Yeah.
local businesses, and people's pounds
Yeah.
mean a lot to us.
Mhm.
We are grassroots.
Yes.
We are.
Yeah.
I think we need a lot. We are not government funded.
No.
We don't get money from government. We don't get every penny we work
Mhm.
hard for.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, at times that serves us well, but it's also exhausting.
Oh, 100%.
So thank you to
Yeah.
everybody out there who bought a ticket, because
Yeah.
look
Thank
what
you.
we have sitting here.
And Carley's very thankful because
I'm
she's paying her
very
wages.
thankful. Absolutely.
I think it's paying her wages, of course, but it's also a passion,
Yes, she's
and
Yeah.
her
able to fulfill.
skills, her experiences going to help so many mummies out there. So thank you.
Yep.
So we've come to the point in the podcast, Carley,
Yeah.
where we ask, it's usually in around what filled your cuppa, or maybe like different ways that you fill your cuppa,
Mhm.
something maybe that's lacking from your cuppa. I think you got the gist, because it's something we would talk about nearly all the time in the office. We do mention it when we do our wrap and our team meetings and stuff like that there. So, do you want to give us a wee insight on what's filling your cuppa at the moment?
Yeah. Well, me and my husband have kind of started a new thing where
Nice.
I
Keep it
create.
clean.
We're intrigued.
It's clean. It's clean.
Everyone wants to know what it is.
Some juice.
Tell her later.
It's clean. No, well, obviously, as when you've got smaller children, it's really hard to find sort of time as a couple. So we've started now. My daughter goes and she works at the stables at the weekend, and my middle son has a little Saturday job, and obviously the university one here has his job. So we've started doing breakfast on a Saturday
Ooh.
morning,
Oh, lovely.
which is really, really nice, because
Mhm.
it's something that obviously for years we didn't
Didn't
have
get
a chance to do,
Mhm.
just us. To
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's what we do. That's our Saturday morning treat.
It's like a wee breakfast date.
Yeah,
Were you catching up
it is.
and-
It's like a wee date, a
Aw.
Saturday morning breakfast date, and it's where we get to sort of catch up and have a conversation that's not interrupted.
Yes.
Brilliant.
With somebody else's needs. Yes, that, and I don't know, really just sort of taking time out for me, reading a book and that kind of.
You love your books.
I love my books.
Yeah.
I read every
Mhm.
single night. So
Yeah.
Deadly.
yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Deadly. And it is, and suppose you changing positions, your job has given
me
you and
so
your
much
hobby
more
that
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
weekends are freed up.
Yes.
Now it is in the small writing. I don't know at times you might have to work Saturday. But
Which is
that's
fine.
very, very odd.
Yeah.
But there's you making the most of
Yeah.
having my weekends.
an opportunity.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm sure Paddy, is bound to have seen a change in you.
I think so. I think I'm a lot happier. I'm a lot
Mhm.
more settled. Again, I've probably been doing his head in for the last couple of years. I'm like, I need that job. I'm going to get that job.
She
This
put
is
it
what's
out
gonna be
there.
making
Oh
me
my
Yeah.
word, I didn't
happy.
realise
Yeah.
how much you did put out there.
Una Mary, what's been filling your cuppa?
I suppose I'll go in the fact of taking it even from a professional level, from work, seeing a new member of staff. I know it was a bit, three's become four. And oh my word, I'm able to manage, and I'll be able to do it, be as good as I can be, and that's me coming from, I suppose, the
Yeah.
manager's point of view, because we've got in their own rhythm, and just seeing how well you are settling in, and how proud I am of you,
Mm-hmm.
how proud you have. No, but you didn't just sit in your laurels. Is that
Yes,
it?
that's it.
You no, you knew your worth, Carley. And I think that's to be admired.
100%.
And that's what we work hard on with a lot of our mummies, for them to see their worth. You're a great example of hope.
Mm-hmm.
You're an amazing example of when you feel you're worthy, what you can achieve. Now we could be talking to you in like a month's time, and you'll be going, "I'd like to go back to my old job, please."
Can we back down?
You know, and there's a rough, then there's a smooth with our
Yeah.
job, and it is often to do with the, sometimes the situations we're working with, and seeing heartache, and that can be hard on us,
Yeah.
to watch another human suffer. But
Mhm.
I feel, and I'm going to talk from a professional end, because when work goes well, a lot of other things go well too. And
Yeah.
just back to what I said in the last, being grateful. I am so grateful
Yeah.
for people giving the money into us, because we are now, you actually can see.
Yeah, physical.
We see.
Mm-hmm.
We see that hard work. That was hard work. And we now see the benefits of that hard work. So yeah, that was really filling my cuppa.
No, is it overflowing?
Oh.
Do you know, I think it is.
Oh.
It is.
That one there's empty.
Well, there's water in it. There's no tea in it. If anybody wants to make us cups, please, because that's a sticker. And as soon as I wash that there,
Gonna come off again.
it's going to go off again. But yeah. So what about you, Mrs. O? What is filling your cuppa?
Oh, I'm not sure. I suppose there's that much at the minute.
Well, you're into the gym. Gym is something.
It's what keeps my head in the right place. We're a place where I'm not mummy. I'm not a wife. I'm not Ciara. I'm just there.
You're just there.
I can forget about everything for the hour or two. I can focus on me, do what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you work up a sweat and you lose a lot of pound, and that's a wee benefit or a wee bonus at the end of it.
As the gym wouldn't be me. Would the gym be you, Carley?
Well, I've got a walking sort of running machine in my house, which I try really hard to use, but it kind of depends on what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm
Some
there.
nights I just want sugar and
Yeah.
a pack of biscuits.
That's fills
and
your
other nights
cuppa
I feel
then.
guilty and go, oh, I better run off that pack of biscuits. So.
And that's suppose what fills my cup, it won't fill yours. And that's, people don't have to go to the gym. But that's what's good for you,
Keeps me
Ciara.
going, and it's something I notice if I don't go.
Yeah.
I would notice a slip in me, and I suppose it's good for my mental health. So that's why I want to.
And you have planned a wee.
I have a little
getaway. It is a getaway.
It is 16 years from I was away on holiday.
Oh.
It is actually over 8 years from I was on a plane, and my husband and my best friend's husband decided that they were going to send me and my wee Donna away on holiday, and I'm going to Portugal in March, and I can't wait.
She's going for a few days.
Yes,
lovely.
Long weekend, Thursday till Sunday, so it's going to be exciting. It's going to be different because I suppose when I was away before with him and there was no children, but I suppose it's the fact that these weans are going to be at home.
Yeah.
But
I cross water. There's a whole, but you'll prep. You're good at talking it out, and you'll be ready for this holiday.
Oh,
you deserve it.
I think I'm already thinking about when we come home where we're going to go next. I'm not even away yet. So for the first time in a long time, my passport's in date, and I'll be flying off.
And what also it is, to people who are listening, who are sitting with a brand new baby or sitting with 3 kids around their ankles and think, oh my God, is this my forever?
Nope.
No.
No.
You grab the opportunities. Opportunities will be there. Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. The opportunities will be there.
I know that I deserve this holiday because I have worked damn hard all my life, and I have got my children to an age and stage now where I feel comfortable that I can leave them. I know they're going to be very well looked after with their daddy, and I deserve a breakaway.
Yeah, you absolutely.
And I will be I've become very good at having my time out and doing things for me. But I suppose this is another level. This is not something I could have done 5 years ago.
No,
not something I could have done 2 years ago.
No,
but I'm ready for it, and I can't wait.
Yeah.
So it's for Ciara. I said it in the last one. 2025 is my year, and it's going to be for a hell of a lot of reasons. But this is we're starting her off as we mean to go on.
Brilliant.
Deadly. Love it. And also too, that is showing, with funding that we get. I know I'm going to be going in there, but that's true. We're women, and often we don't get. We're working part-time jobs. A couple of pounds just to get us going.
Yeah.
Your money's contributing and going back also into
the economy.
Yeah.
And you're able to do stuff now. You've got your own car, you're paying for your own car. I'm the same.
Yeah.
And you're planning holidays. And I think that is freaking deadly.
I know.
Go girl, like, mighty.
Woo-hoo.
Anyway.
Probably come back all sunburned because of a wee ginger and we'll come back beetroot, but
well, God, that'll be deadly.
So the next part of the podcast, Carley,
is
the hilarious
bits.
The jokes.
Right. There's nothing funny
and
about them.
I've got them on my phone today in case you think I'm checking out my social media. It's not. No. I've got them screenshotted on my phone.
Right.
So the gist is, I tell the jokes and you all laugh, right?
Right. Okay.
Don't do anything you don't want to do, Carley.
So, what's the best way to save your dad jokes?
Right.
In a database. Dada? Yes.
Do you think they're funny, Carley?
No. Sorry.
God,
here.
Mrs.
Like
why can't
they're Christmas crackers?
Why can't dinosaurs clap their hands?
Because they don't have hands.
Because they're extinct. I give a man, it says here, give a handyman. I give my man a to-do list, only did jobs 1, 3, and 5. Turns out he only does odd jobs.
That's quite good.
Mhm.
Nah.
That is good.
Mm.
Okay, now what vegetable has the best kung fu?
Kung fu.
Kung fu moves. Broccoli. Can a frog jump higher than a house?
No.
No.
The house can't jump.
She got it.
Oh,
I'm so proud.
How? This is the last one. This is a good one. How is my wallet like an onion?
cries when you spend it.
Every time I open it, I cry.
That's
How is my purse like an onion? Every time I open it, I cry.
That should be human.
That's my husband.
Oh God! Sorry.
Every time he opens his wallet, the tears run down his face. He has to spend money.
Well, here,
honest to
Carley,
God, and he knows that.
we spoke 35 minutes.
35 minutes.
Wow.
As if the conversations were sitting around the table. You did very well. I'm
Well
very proud of
done.
you. Are you proud of
Thank
you?
you. I am proud of me.
You'll be exhausted. We'll have to go back to the office and just sit there and just do nothing for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or even an hour. Even an
We'll
hour.
have to go back now and get our lunch.
Get our lunch.
Thank you so much for coming on and being our guest. You will see her now as a more regular helper, I suppose, and co-guest,
You'll be co-host. You'll be
Co-host.
coming on.
Yeah.
Because you have your story to tell,
Yes.
and I think it's important.
Yeah.
But it's you have to wait till you're in the right place to
Yeah.
tell it. You're in the right place, but I suppose, as you say, getting your story,
Yeah.
polished.
How I want to present it.
Yeah.
as
Yes.
such. Yeah.
We're
how
gonna-
you want to present it
Yeah.
exactly.
And we have to get our wee picture thing updated because we now have 4.
We do indeed.
We need to get her wee face into it. So
We'll have to
Barry, Instagram, we'll come back to you.
We will
So
indeed.
we will make me thinner, please.
You're beautiful.
And when you hear
And her hair and all. She's beautiful.
that's us, folks.
Yeah.
We will go and we'll see you again soon.
We'll have guests.
Like
Yeah.
and subscribe.
Yeah. And
Okay,
our
super.
sponsor.
Oh, our sponsor, Supreme Motors, who's away on his holidays at the minute.
And fair play to them.
Him
No.
and his mum.
Fair play to them.
Him and his beautiful wife and their 2 beautiful
Kids.
children.
Yes. And we'll be going out to see him soon. We'll
Yes.
go out. So
Vic,
it's
get the kettle on.
Vic. Yeah. Where's Vic based?
Drumnakelly Road.
Up your
Right
road.
now.
Beside Carley.
Drum the Kelly
Supreme
Road.
Motors.
Neighbour.
Supreme
Right.
Motors. And
Yeah.
thank you. Thank
you.
you for sponsoring the podcast.
That's us. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
This was Fill Your Cuppa, the Support Together podcast, with me, Mrs. O, Ciara O'Gowan, my co-hosts Una Leonard and Gemma Casty. The podcast today was brought to you with thanks to our sponsor Supreme Motors NI and produced by 9874 Creative.